Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and thank you that I have the opportunity to speak here. Very happy about that. I have a little kind of flu, but I hope you can hear my voice properly. Yes, I'm working in a few words about the Association of Pro-Agria Centers. It's a development unit of Pro-Agria services, and the Pro-Agria is the organization in Finland who is doing milk recording and also advisory services for all the farms. And I'm responsible of the dairy farms section. Today I'm going to tell you Cow Compass profit prognosis. And we have a big project in Finland. We started 2008 to create a new management tool that would be easy to use and utilizes milk recording data effectively and could give more profits for farmers. And there was also need for new feeding tools, and that was big part of that project. And the project was done by in cooperation with research institutes, dairy industry, and advisory organizations. And the programming was made by Finnish Agricultural Data Processing Center. There is tools for feed evaluation, feed consumption, economy, and nutrition, and also tool for feeding optimization. And it is optimized by milk yield minus feed cost. And that was the biggest, the most popular feeding optimization base. But today I'm going to tell about the profit prognosis, which give prediction for milk yield, percentage of protein and fat, somatic cell count, and monthly milk revenue. And it gives that prognosis for every cow in milk recording, and it is calculated for next 12 months. And the prognosis is based on Nordic test day model data. And the Nordic test day model is a model that is used to make breeding evaluations in Finland, Sweden, and Denmark. And here's a picture about what are the parameters that is needed for prognosis. And the prediction of milk, protein, and fat yield is based on cows' genetic and non-genetic lactation curves, environmental specific lactation curves, cows' age, parity, and breed, and prediction of herd management on the production level. And here is the exact information. Here you can see in red, and information that is needed for the prediction is blue colored. So there is insemination day, the end of lactation, future calving, days dry, and there's the known values, the exact information about dry period and days in milk, and calving dates, and so on. And this is a sketch of 3 lactation curves here. And this is within 16-month interval with animal information needed to predict yields. And then I go to the exact solution. So this is net solution that can be used by farmer or advisors. And it's quite easy to use with the net, and also the data is automatically collected from milk recording database. So the initial data is there already. What is important is that all the data in database is updated, and also that the data is right, but that's what's the case in any way, in every calculation. The prediction is so good as are the initial data. User have to put input in this calculation planet cullings and planet purchases of animals, and also the places for the cows, but we see here later in this slide show. And here I have some pictures about the solution. So the initial data is animal places, purchases and cullings, young stock rearing, milk data and fertility data. And a user can pick up which animal groups he wants to be in that prognosis. And this example is from a real farm, and it's period 17th April till end of this year. So, and if we start, the most restricting figure in this calculation is the animal places. So if you are growing your production, you want to have more cows in future, you have to put here more places you have, because it's almost the only thing that is restricting the animal, this prognosis to places, how many room there is for cows. And then, as I mentioned, there's planet purchases and cullings. And of course, there's a mortality that has been in this farm until this day, so the initial data and then the prognosis. And if there is an outsourced heifer, the heifer has outsourced, raised some other farm, there should be noticed in here also. Then there is a milk data, and almost we have this information in database also, but there must be some checkings with the prices and that kind of things. And then there is a fertility data, which comes from database also. So you can see what is the situation at the farm nowadays and what is the prognosed figures for the next 12 months. And then exactly a prognosis. There is a prognosis for cows, the whole herd, and also for the individual cows and for heifers. And I'm going to show you some examples of these prognoses. And there is, for groups, there is, you can see the production curve, milk production per month, animal figures, milk production per period, and animal figures. And in this milk production, there is also the milk revenue, so how many money it gives. And individual prognosis for cows, there is a milk revenue per cow per period. And for heifers, there is animal figures, how many heifers and not more. So here is the first print of prognosis. It's a production curve, and there is, you can see here in this line, the milk that is produced liters per day, and also here the milk revenue euros per day. And here the green one is the liters, and the black one is milk revenue. And with this curve, you can easily see how is the milk production and milk revenue changing during the months. And if there's big differences, farmers should think, together with advisors, of course, the action that could be made to make this production curve more stable. And there's a lot of figures. I don't know if you can see it quite well, but this is milk production and animal figures for this prognosis period. And there you can see how many kg cows are milking per day, and how many liters milk is produced per day. And you can see the fat production, protein, and dairy milk liters per month. And this is prognosed as, if you do like you have done until this, then the prognosis looks like this. So this is what you're going to get. And there's milk price and then the milk revenues per month. And this is a very good tool for budgeting, because here you can see the prognosis of your milk revenues, and it's easy to have a ground in this ground in budgeting. You can see if there are some months you need more money, and there is a time to make some changes in your production. If you see that there is no enough money here in November, what should you do? Buy more animals. That's what you have to think, farmer have to think, and with the advisor, what to do. And there is also animal figures. So farmer can see how many cows there is end of the month, and how many those cows are in milk. So if you want to optimize your, for example, your milking robot's capacity, you can see here there is a little bit less cow. And then you can see that there is calvings also, and there is a lot of calvings in some months and almost at all in the other months. So maybe there should be some planning of how to make these calvings so that they would be more stable, similar amount of calvings in every month. So also those calvings that are heifers can be seen here. And then there is the prognosis for the purchases and cullings, and also the mortality is counted. And here is the milk production for the whole period and animal figures for whole period. So there's the 12 months result, and then there's prognosis for 9 months. There's average yield, kg, fat yield, protein yield, energy corrected milk, and milk price, and the milk revenue for this period. And also the number of animals in cows in that period. So, with this prognosis, we can use milk recording data better for budgeting, yes, and for investment planning, and for culling decisions, for animal selling and purchase, and also effective use of milking a robot. And there is also a chance for dairy industry to make predict of their milk amounts if they want to tune their processes. And I think this is a good motivation for the farmers to keep their data updated in the database so they can get exact prognosis. For the future goal, we have a goal to make longer period prognosis so that it could be used more effective for investment planning, because now it's only a year, so it's quite short if you are making investment plannings. Thank you very much.